Again, that's been a big topic in the community right now because everyone's pointing the finger. Everyone's pointing the finger. And I have my boy CHAZ Bruce with me, and he is the educator. You are an educator, you're a mentor, and you're the co-founder of Ride With Us.
LOL Superstars.
LOL Superstars.
And so LOL Superstars Media is the company. Ride With Us is the show.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Talk to me. Yeah, correct me. It's okay.
No, it's okay.
Okay. It's okay.
It could be confusing, but I'll let you know.
Okay. You're the co-founder of LOL Superstar. Now, you've been an educator for how many years now?
Oh, I think I'm going on my 8th year.
8th year? Okay.
Yeah. I started off at UPrep at the all-boy charter school.
Okay.
And then I left there, and then I started doing some work with the district. So
okay. And did you get I know you went to Alfred University, right?
AU, baby.
AU, and did you get your degree in education?
Here's the funny thing. I can't wait. Like, I'm gonna do more about telling this story about me, but a lot of people don't know. But a lot of people think that I actually went to school for teaching, and I did not.
Majority of the time, that's what happened.
I didn't go to school for teaching. I actually went for I got a scholarship, not a scholarship because you can't give it in D3, but basically a scholarship to play football.
Okay, so you was nice. Were you a running back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you was nice. Yeah.
So football was my thing.
Okay.
And then, but music was my love and passion.
Right.
Music, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I went to school, got to college via football, got to college, and then was like played a couple of years, and then it was like, this college football is taking too much time. I really don't love it. I'm just good at it.
Right. Wait, okay, question. Elliott or Barkley?
I like them both, but I like Barkley.
Yeah,
okay.
But I just watched them though. I just watched them last night, and I was just like, they can the first person that touch him won't take him down.
Nah,
right.
And I'm just like, and it's very consistent. I'm like, oh my god, and he's not that big. Like, Elliott is bigger than him. But I'm like, yo, I don't know what it is about that dude, but there's something special about there's something special about that running back.
Yeah,
but I love Elliott.
He knows how to get around him.
Yeah, I think he's a little smoother than Elliott. Elliott will run through you. Elliott will run through you, but the first person he's gonna run through, and then the second person he's gonna make miss.
Barkley.
I don't know. I like him. I don't know about the rest of the team. They gotta work.
They got a lot of work to do.
I think Manny's. Come on, it's time to hang it up, man.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's time to hang it up, man. It's over. Like, you looking confused. Not so much confused. You just look like, okay, all right. I already didn't really think he was that great of a quarterback, but when your brother's great, of course you pick up some good skill sets. But it's about time to move on. It's about time to move on.
I agree.
It's time to move on.
And these are not the Buffalo Bills. Anyway, so
see, and that's my team. So Jesus, if they don't look like Baby Street Pop Warner.
Can I ask you a question? How do you retire in the middle of a game?
You go out there. So you never did that?
Nah.
You never been playing Madden or Live or something, they get whooped in the middle of the game. You're like, you threw the game down.
I started over. I pressed.
You ain't never turned the game off, kick the TV or nothing?
Nah, I stopped right over. I pressed the game, start over.
You know how frustrated you gotta be to
walk off of the field.
Well, you know he thought about it. He went back there half an hour and was like, well, this $2 million is guaranteed. What did he say? I'm out of here. He's like, I'm not gonna be playing on no little league football team.
Here's reality, which is worse. He quit first quarter.
Yeah,
he just needed to break.
Bro,
like, he was done first quarter.
He literally went back there and thought about it. He's like, nah, this ain't it.
They got one more quarter out of me, bro.
Okay, guys. Okay, listen. All right, I feel like Molly on first take right now. Okay, guys, back it in.
So we're back to the education, right?
Yes, we're back to education. So you went for college.
So yeah,
football.
I played football, and I bumped heads with the coach a little bit, as most of us do, because we don't have that training and understanding of what next level football is.
Okay.
Shout out to CDC who's now at this. They're bringing that understanding and knowledge of what it takes to actually play at the next level.
I have to get him on the show. Right. What's his name? Greg.
Greg Hopkins. He went to middle school with me.
Yes.
But it was, I didn't know. When I came from, you good, you play. Period.
Right.
There's no,
in between.
There's no in between. But in college, there's a lot of politics. I didn't understand it. I didn't care for it. And so Bumphead ended up stopped playing football and focused on finishing my school because I wasn't gonna get kicked out. I'm not going back to Rochester. That's not happening. Swear to God, like I was like, oh man, I'm living my best life in college. I'm not going back. That was real. Actually, I was in Alfred when I came to St. Croix.
Oh yeah, you were. You were friends with Emily.
Emily, yes. We were in chorus and all type. But anyways, I ended up stopping playing football after a couple years. I still got a couple records, but I started focusing on schooling, which was my theater. I ended up going to school for theater and performing arts.
Okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Right. Well, they didn't have. Alfred doesn't have a music major. Okay. Right? And so I wanted to do something. So I couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to do. But somebody told me, do something that you like, that you're passionate about. And I was like, music and performing arts, theater. Boom, that's covering everything. So I ended up graduating with a BA in theater. But while I was there, actually before I got to college, when I was in high school, my teacher used to pull me out of school. My music teacher at Marshall used to pull me out of my class and have me teaching all of my peers how to sing in chorus. So I would be on the 4th floor. I'm supposed to be in math, but I get pulled out of math because I'm sitting upstairs in the music room teaching all of my friends how to sing this song. I'm actually sitting at the piano playing and teaching harmonies. And then the same thing happened when I got to college. They used to pull me out of my class like this is my freshman year. I'm partying. I'm living it up as a freshman. You know what that is. And then all of a sudden I'm
no, I don't.
Well, you didn't go? My bad. I'm assuming everybody got
I was freshman.
Right. You know what that is.
That's the make or break year.
Right. Your freshman year. Yeah. If you can make it through freshman year, you're good to go.
When I got in there, that's the first thing my coach told me. He's like, listen, a lot of y'all not going to be here next year.
Right.
And we all looked at each other like, wait.
Right.
You got boy here to play basketball. How are you not going to be here? Mm-hmm. And he not lying. Little by little, people's dropping out.
So this was your calling. So teaching was your calling. You didn't even know at the time.
Right. So I'm in college and I get pulled. They asked me to help teach. It's called the University Chorus. And the University Chorus, they have all of the staff, everyone, including students, and they sing. So I get pulled to teach this chorus how to sing these guys. Most of them were white, so they wanted to learn how to sing that gospel feel. So I sit there. I'm sitting in class. I'm sitting in this class. I'm sitting in front of all of my professors, and I'm teaching them how to do this music thing. And it was like I didn't know it at the time, but like when I look back at it, it was like wow. Like my freshman year, I'm sitting here teaching all of these staff, and they never forgot that. So I always had like this teaching thing. And then as soon as I got out of school, Joe Muno, we ain't gonna go there, but Joe Muno he was my coach when I was in high school, and he told me before he left he wanted to open an all boys school. He's like, yo, when you graduate, come back through, man. I'm gonna need some help. As soon as I graduated, I ended up running into him at the Lilac Festival. He said, I am opening the school, and I was like, I got you. And from there,
my boy was one of the first in that school. So the idea was good. It's just that you gotta you just gotta level out with, especially dealing with urban black kids. You gotta know how to really somewhat,
It's a very interesting thing. A lot of people, they don't understand. They just really don't understand. Half of the teachers are scared. And if you're scared right off the top, you already lost.
You already lost.
You already lost.
You're basically food for them.
That's food. You know how it was. You know how it is. Like, come on, man. We've been in this before. They can smell it. As soon as you walk in, you're scared. Get out of here. Right. And then the other half, they don't understand. Like they can't relate. They can't really relate, or they don't take time to try to.
Right.
If your first class, you already yelling and saying, sit down and da-da-da, you didn't give no time to understand or learn about these students, about these kids. You have no understanding of their struggle, what they're going through, or nothing, no connection. You ain't never been to Hudson Walmart and ran into it. Like, that's what I do. Like, that's what I like. I live in Arundequoit now. I moved on out there, but my mama's still there. But I'm still there. Like,
still come back and check in.
I still go to
check in.
Look, and I tell them like, yo, first day of school, I said, I guarantee I'll run into you. If I'm not running into you, and I do it in a couple of ways. If I don't run into you, if I don't know you, right, and I don't see you in the street,
I know your parents.
And if I don't know your parents, I bet they know me. How? Well, they were either watching my videos, they're coming to one of my shows. You know what I mean? I'm really
immersed in the community.
So then once they get that, right? At first, most of them would be like,
right.
But then when it happens,
right.
they see me and then they realize it's the same Bruce.
Right, you're relatable. Now you're relatable.
Here's what I love to do. Like, I love to see him in Walmart or something and totally mess with him. Like, straight face. I go on my acting because I can act. So now I go into, so this is your mom, right? So you remember that time you were, and they get so worried. And I get them to the point where the mom almost about to smack them. And I go, now I'm I go, and then that kid never acts up again in my class.
But that's called being relatable. Right. So right then and there is called communication. Right. And they like, okay, I get what you're saying.
Right.
So it's like you're threatening them, but not threatening.
I can air you out right
for
now.
real.
So you taught at an all-boys school.
Yeah.
Now, boys are way harder to deal with than females.
I wouldn't even say that. Okay. No. Actually, it's weird. Anytime you isolate the two sexes, you can get way more out of them.
And it was I could literally say that was no distraction for neither one of my boys.
You get way more out of them. At first, it was like, dealing with all boys, anything you try and get them to do outside of the norm is gay. Right. That's a big thing. Yeah. With all boys. Right. No, you get cause me, I push the envelope with these boys. Like, you see them now. There's a lot of them. If you see a lot of these boys, like they're into this music. There's a local music scene that's crazy right now, and I would say a good 15% of them are boys that I taught, and I see them all the time. But my point is, like, I used to push the envelope, man. I came in and I said, look, we're going to do everything, Mr. Bruce. I'm going to try and do everything. Dude, we listened to country. We learned how to play some classical music. I said, I'm going to have y'all dancing. I said, y'all going to do ballet. They said, ballet? I said, yeah, ballet.
The boys?
Okay. Yeah. I had them doing ballet.
Listen, he had my son come home and was like,
with a tutu?
Nah. Now you going to go
that far.
He had my son come home talking about, I think I'm going to do ballet. I was like, you can do who?
Right.
Yo, let me tell you.
They have football players do ballet, don't they?
It's one of the hardest dance genre to do. You have to be so disciplined to do that dance. And that was my point. It was like, I don't want y'all to be ballerinas, but I want y'all to be able to understand the process it takes. Right. That's what everything. I do not teach. They call it music. I don't teach music, man. I don't care if you become the best singer or the best piano player or I don't care. I want you to understand the process. Go through the process, because when you get it, you can apply that to everything. That's what I teach.
Talk, Mr. Bruce.
That's what I teach. And those little life lessons, like I swear, if y'all came in my room, y'all wouldn't even know it was music until we got to music. Because there'd be some days I would just sit and talk and I give them skills. You wouldn't believe how many times they run up to me like, yo, Mr. Bruce, you was right.
Right.
You right. Dead right, bro. Like, I truly appreciate, and a lot of teachers don't get that because you don't ever see them again. But I'm blessed to run into them all the time, and they really, genuinely say, Mr. Bruce, man, you was right, man. Yo, I truly appreciate, the stuff that you were telling me, because, it's real. Right. I always kept it 100 with them, because I knew, what I was dealing with. When you're dealing with black young men, I know the struggle y'all about to go through, and y'all don't fully understand it. But I'm gonna tell you, this is real, right here. This Muno thing. If you go talk to any of my students that I had, they'll be like, yo, Mr. Bruce said all that. He said, yo, I ain't gonna put them all, but they.
Right.
And then when it happened, they all like, yo, Mr. Bruce, because I went through all of that. I went through all of it myself, and I said, look, he gonna try and do this, and learn. And if you catch yourself in that position, it's because you didn't listen. Right. So now when I run into him, I catch him on a block or something. It's the same. I never change my conversation. What are you doing? What are you up to? What's next? What's the plan? And if they know not to, it's so funny. They know not to give me the, man, I'm just staying out the way. Don't give me that answer, because I'm not going to let you rock with that. I'm not going to let you rock with that. Sometimes I get on their nerves. They're like, come on, Mr. Bruce, man. No.
We in class.
No, you always in class.
Facts. You always learning.
Do you think, this is a question for you, do you think that parents put too much responsibility on teachers, or the community puts too much responsibility on teachers to be parents?
Too much? That's a hard thing, because
to me, parents don't put too much responsibility on themselves.
Yeah. They don't. And I think there's a misunderstanding and miscommunication between both. I think we need to find that balance somehow. We're stuck at doing the same things. Here's the thing when it comes down to education. The whole education system was based off of creating workers during the Industrial Revolution. Like, we were making workers. That's what that system was created for, to create workers. How long ago was that? We don't even have Kodak anymore. So but the system hasn't changed. So when you talk about, these kids, they don't appreciate school, blah, 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 I get that, but truly somehow, I don't know how, but they understand the system is not for them. It's not really creating any, you know what I mean? That's how I feel. Now,
it's more of a testing system. Everything is a test.
Yes,
test.
And at the end of the day, we are in the information world. Anything they want to learn, they can learn without you. What you going to teach me? And they know that at the end of the day. They know, you still teaching me Christopher Columbus? When am I ever going to use this? And that's not even real. I can go to YouTube and figure out the real story. Y'all still teaching me what's said in these books. Who wrote these books? Why none of my people ain't in this book? Why come we ain't getting the real stories? They might not ask you that, but they feel that.
Yeah, and they are. Yeah.
They feel that. They may express it in a different way, but they feel. I think they know. I honestly do. I don't even think they know they know.
Listen, if 4th graders and 3rd graders know that, you think high school kids don't?
Come on now.
So as a teacher, you're supposed to change with the times, I guess. So it's no longer about being book smart or teaching your kids how to be book smart. It's about having common sense and street cred and
understanding the process. Understand the process of. If you can understand the process of learning, you Gucci. With anything, if I want to do something, I want to be a businessman. I can go to YouTube and literally take a step by step and then work it. That's it. And some of them do. You'd be surprised how many young kids getting money off of YouTube and stuff like that. And that's what I teach too. Even a little, like, for example, my son, he anytime he gets any kind of interest in something, I make sure he finds a way not to just be a consumer in that area. Meaning, you can watch YouTube of a kid playing a game all day. Cool. Now I'm going to show you how to do it. And you're going to do it yourself. And then you can find a way to create something from that. That's a different thing. Now you understand the process of creating what you just watched. Right? Now it's a little more interesting to you now. It's like, oh, really? And then he sits in, like, when I edit my videos and all that good stuff, he's sitting right there like, okay. Because at the end of the day, look, the world is going to be online. We're there now. But you think about it. Internet is how old? 10 years? Facebook?
If that much.
That's nothing compared to like how long it's going to be around and the changes that it has already made. Like, this has been the biggest thing since the Industrial Revolution, right? And it changed everything. Toys R Us gone. Why? All these big companies folding because they don't know that this whole internet social media thing has changed the game. Why would I go to Toys R Us when I can hit a button on Amazon and have it at my front step and the next day?
And Amazon is in Rochester. People don't know that. They deliver.
You know what they're doing?
Amazon is in Rochester.
Amazon is in Rochester?
Yes. No, not the company. They have
they have a center. Yeah. And they deliver.
I'm getting charged for shipping?
Yes. Well, you still got.
Yeah, you still gotta.
I gotta go pick it up?
No, what they're doing right now, they rented a bunch of U-Hauls. They rented a bunch of U-Hauls. You think it's U-Haul. That's Amazon. They're just waiting for their trucks to get here.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay. So as an educator, you know about what happened at the football game.
I heard about what happened,
You heard about what happened in the East versus Wilson football game. That brawl. What do you
So my thing about
that on?
Let's not act like this is brand new. First of all, we all did that. You know what time it was. You remember? Y'all don't remember those big fights? And we used to do it soft. You know what I mean? It was always a thing.
Yeah, but the adults was able to control it. Not
how? When? What fight you talk about? They was able to control. Where did y'all go? I went to Dirty Doug, and we had nobody. What you talking about?
Let me grab the mic this time.
Let's be real. We was there not too long ago. Let's be real now. Don't act like we was all like, oh, we fought and then we stopped because the parents would. No, that's not what happened. We were wild too. We were that age too, and we all were. Now, what we can say is what I started to understand now is it's more because they're doing it for more than what's happening right now.
That's
where the problem is. Because I guarantee you, if you looked at that fight, there was a lot of phones out. And I guarantee you they were recorded.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. You know why? Because they know if I post this, my likes going crazy. My social media going crazy. That's where it is. Kids are going to be wild, man. We were wild. We fought at games, especially when there's a lot of people. But I think what we need to try and do, or try and get them to understand, is that, if you're doing it just because you want to get likes, we got to be able to understand this social media world.
It's the trolling. That's what they call it.
They got to be able to. That's where you got to go. That's where you have to go. If you want to go to, I tell these people all the time. I tell teachers all the time. I tell to parents all the time. You want to get to them. You want to change them. You're going to have to go to their world. Where are they living? YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. If you're not on there trying to figure out some problems, then you're losing. So we can go on the radio and go live and make these stats and say we need to da-da-da-da-da. But if you're not going on there doing that in their world, that means nothing to them. Because I tell you right now, I get a lot of respect just because I got a YouTube page. Just because I got videos popping. Like, they look at me a totally different way. It's weird. Right. It's weird, but it's true. I'm the man to them. Like, what? And it goes back. Hold on, let me finish. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Just really quick. I'm sorry. It goes back.
I'm just trying to clarify something you said, but go ahead.
I got you.
Yes.
But it's not just here's where it got real for me. I went from my high school to elementary school. So then I saw both sides. It's like, even with the little ones, the kindergartners, I'll pull up my YouTube page, they go, Mr. Bruce, you got YouTube? Oh my God. Like, it's a different thing. It's a different world. And if you're not playing in that world, you are lost. What were you about to say? I'm sorry.
I forgot.
I
was so close to what you were saying. I forgot. But I wanted to say, I forgot. I mean, I'm pretending I know.
We were talking about how wild we were and what kids are doing, social media. They were probably recording the fights. And
so a lot of people are saying that it's parenting. Like, the parenting at home, life at home is reason why things are happening, and the parents are not doing their jobs.
But guess what?
Okay.
They're on the same wave.
I cannot agree on that, because I used to be a fighter back in my days.
She punched me one time.
I heard about you.
Girl, that's right. No, you didn't. You was in the Virgin Islands somewhere. No, but seriously, in middle school, high school, all the time, my parents had nothing to do with that.
Right.
One thing they did say is, if somebody get in your face, do what you gotta do. But that has nothing to do with me fighting every time somebody did say something or do something. But that was just me. Man, that don't got nothing to do. But like he said, it's the social media that has everything to do with it. No one stops a fight anymore. No one tries to. And nowadays they have weapons. Well, we had weapons back, but we never really used it. We would fight you head up, and that's it. Right. And if you had a problem with how I beat you up last time, let's do it again. Right. That was the problem. Now it's guns, it's knives, they stabbing everybody, doing this, doing that. We ain't had that problem.
So you're saying that this probably escalated because of how people are going to be perceived on social media?
Exactly.
Yep. Social media has a lot to do with all of it. All of it. It probably started on social media at the end of the day.
Right. You probably had a social media beef, right?
That's probably where it started. And so, how do you solve that problem? Well, for most people, it's mind-boggling, because it's like, we don't know what to do, because you don't even know, you don't even understand where their world is at first. That's where you got to start. Right. That's where we have to start. We have to be on there, not just so much just looking at our page, but go to a kid page every now and again and just be like, hey, what's going on? What's up?
All 10 of their pages, because they
right, and they got multiple pages.
they be having reserved pages.
Or the reason why I did the zip zap zop thing.
Right. On the block.
Engage them.
Yo, shout out to you as a father. I saw. Did you have yourself the lemonade stand?
Yeah, we did a lemonade stand.
Can I get my 10%?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm like Uncle Sam here. I need my tax.
I got you. Actually, you know what? I get a lot of like feedback from that, and a lot of praise for that. But I don't be doing it all. I'm just quick to capture. Like I do a lot of it, but I'm quick to capture. That was honestly like he asked to do that for a while.
Yo, he had a little line too.
Yeah, he asked to do that.
And he had a drive through. But he had a drive. Somebody drove up and like, yo, you sell lemonade, right? Can I get some?
It was the wife asked. My wife did that. Like she did a lot of it. Like she made the lemonade and all that stuff. I just happened to be like, I woke up and like, okay,
let me take credit for that.
I didn't take credit though. I didn't say it was me. She just have an Android, and I won't let her record with that.
A lot of your videos, we see your kids, and we see how your kids act. They're very respectful, very talented, and you actually.
So you get them by yourself.
And you nurture that talent, right? You do great. We can say you practice great parenting. So at the end, do you think that instead of having these workshops for kids, do we need workshops for parents to teach them how to be great parents?
Of course. Yep. Of course. I think everyone needs to work on learning new skill sets, because the things we've been taught were based out of old things. Like it's a new world. There's a new world, and I'm gonna tell you right now, as parents are part of that social media world too. Like they're part of the recording, the fight, and everything as well. It's not just the kids, because they wild. If we stop giving so much attention to the wild stuff, then maybe it will, like let's find a way. Let's find a way to make. That's why I constantly try and put positive things on the timeline. Like for multiple reasons. One, I'm building a brand. Two, I know there's a lot of negative stuff on social media, and I know it's on your timeline. So when I start seeing on mine, here you go, take this, laugh or smile or something that. You got to put that in the atmosphere as many a time as possible. So I may annoy people with all the tagging, but so what?
Right. spread the cheer.
It's all about, and that's winning right now. If y'all look at what's going on, the positivity on your timeline and things like that, for some reason it's winning right now. So if we can find a way to show that, right,
attention
somehow, like show the kids, like, yo, actually I got way more likes on this than you got on that with the fight, because them fights, and I can't even lie, I watch a fight every now and again. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, ooh, you know, we gotta tell the truth though. So you know why
it draws you in.
Why it's intriguing
to a point that you feel guilty. Like, what am I doing here?
Right. It's like
that's serious. I'd be like,
for real.
I'm like, you feel? No, you should have waited. I'm like, what are you doing here?
Like, you feel so bad about watching it. Like after you watch a porn, you watch the nastiest thing, and then after you're done, you're like, get this on my phone.
Why do I feel like this?
I can't say I feel bad after that.
No, you don't. I do. I be watching. Let me stop. I'm gone. Let me stay in my teacher. That's the other thing. Like I get.
I'm trying to back him now because one of your administrators walked through the door.
Ooh, I am who I am. I am who I am.
Yo, you saw how he backed up when his administrator walked through the door.
Who's administrator?
So about the curriculum. You got to change your whole swag about the curriculum.
So yes. I went from porn to curriculum. My porn curriculum was A squared plus B squared equals.
Oh my God. I want to thank you for stopping by. Listen, we got great footage for you. Great insight. You threatened because you was passionate about what we're talking about.
Yeah, but what he was saying was true though. No lies about that.
It's all real, man. If we can figure that out, right? If we can figure out how to really get, you got to go to where they live. At the end of the day, you got to go to where they live. They live on social media. If your solution isn't based in that somewhere, somehow, then you will lose. You're not going to get to them. They don't care. You can sit and talk to Blue in the face all you want to. If you're not popping on social media, you ain't, what? You're on my face.
Right.
So if we figure out somehow to get in their world, then we can start making some moves. But if that's not at the core of your solution, then you're losing right off the top. Because that's where they are, that's where they living, that's where everything is starting. It's starting on that social media. It's a big thing. Don't overlook it. It's huge. So let's figure out. I don't have the answer. All I can do is do what's been working for me.
Right.
Yes.
Get into their world.
Get to their world, making laughs, making positivity, and making connections somehow, and then not ignoring them. I see it all the time. Like you see a group of kids and it's like, go across the street.
Right.
But every now and again, it's crazy. Like I pulled up on somebody, gave them a ride just because they needed a ride to get a job type thing. So that's all I'm saying. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do more of that.
Yes. You heard it right there from Mr. Bruce. Listen, when we get back, we got the Commissioner of Department of Education in the building, Natalie Shepard, and community activist Khadijah Yawn right here on the Rundown. Stay locked in. You're now tuned in to the Power Squad DJs.